We are here at the OP Jindal Global University and Upgrades event where they're talking about online education. Joining us is the MD and CEO of MCX, Ms. Praveena Rai. Thank you so much for joining us at NDTV Profit, ma'am. Wanted to understand, what's your current outlook on the Indian commodities market, given that, particularly at a time when, globally we're seeing so much uncertainty.
The commodity derivatives market, exists for the purpose of managing price volatility. So let me say that these are the kind of moments for which the exchange offers, the best value for those who are engaged in it. So certainly there is a fair bit of volatility across various commodities, and this is driven both by inherent supply-demand challenges and needs of the market, as well as what we are seeing in the global sphere. And all of this is leading to a situation where we are seeing good volumes and good throughput. I would say April has been a very good month. We've actually closed with numbers something in the range of more than 5 trillion INR of daily throughput on some of the days. So I think this is good that the exchange is there for the purpose.
Okay. Any new products that MCX is looking at, given that and there are so many new products that you can introduce to in the Indian commodities market. There is lithium, there is rare earth metals. So are you looking at exploring any of these new products?
No, certainly. I think today we are there in the large traditional products. So you have bullion with gold and silver, right? Energy with crude oil and natural gas. The base metals, copper, aluminium, lead, zinc, and so on, along with agriculture products like cotton and mentha oil. Now, certainly the first focus is to grow and ensure that the products we have find their purpose and really meet the opportunity that's there in the market. So yes, there are a number of products which are already approved by SEBI in the Commodity Association, and those will be the first sort of go-to when we are looking at new products to launch. Some of the ones you mentioned are emerging. They are in a fairly nascent stage when it comes to India. So the market has to develop to a certain minimum scale before it starts becoming reasonable for a derivatives opportunity to come in. Because we are not a commodity exchange, right? So we are a commodity derivatives exchange.
Right.
So reasonable supply chain of the commodity and utilization, production, consumption starts building up, then the financial requirement of derivatives will start kicking in. But certainly very much on the watch list.
Okay. You spoke of, growing the products that are already there. Retail participation in the commodities market is, still remains quite low. I wanted to understand how do you plan to, encourage that, given that you're leading MCX?
Yeah. So increasing participation of all categories is critical. So on one hand, there are the commercial participants who really use the exchange for purpose of financial hedging, managing their price risk volatility. And then on the other hand are really investors, including institutional, foreign institutional, as well as retail investors. So we do see a good growth in retail participation. And one should say that commodities is a slightly specialized field. So, one doesn't expect every retail investor to come in. It's important for any investor to understand the dynamics of that particular commodity so that then they are able to take the view required on how they want to manage that commodity as an asset class. So, however, we do see that growth happening. Month on month, I think we are seeing very healthy numbers build up there.
Okay. I also wanted to understand, you very recently joined MCX and you joined at a very critical phase. What is your, priorities, immediate priorities for MCX going forward?
It's been a while now. Certainly feels like that. And I think number one for any exchange is ensure operational excellence, ensure that we do the job that we are meant to do and focus on compliance, both compliance of ourselves to the regulator as well as compliance of the market. And the second is, keep enhancing participation. So if you look at really the participation in the equity markets and look at the participation in the commodity derivatives exchange, there is a lot of opportunity space there.
Right.
And exploring new products. So I think these are the three very simple focus areas.
Okay. Last question. How are you positioning MCX to actually, compete globally with other exchanges? Is that on the cards?
So you don't compete with another exchange, right? So they have a purpose and we have a purpose. Our purpose is to ensure that we are meeting the needs of the country for India.
But to attract more investors, international investors in MCX.
Yeah. So as we offer the services, more commodities on the platform, and look at the story. Again, this reflects the story of India, right? The growth of commodities in India. If you look at energy, our focus on security and self-sufficiency, looking at renewable energy. If you look at bullion, what we do with gold as a very large global consumption country.
Right.
If we look at what we do with copper, where we are becoming more self-sufficient in our refining of copper. If you look at aluminium, where we are a net exporter.
Right.
So I think it is the India stories in which global investors will participate.
Okay.
So the more we create that and the more depth our markets have here, we will have more global participation. We are already seeing that. In 2024, last year, the FIA report actually shows MCX at the top of the list when it comes to options contracts, volumes on options contracts for the whole year.
Okay.
So I think once we have the kind of opportunity and growth in India,
right.
The rest just follows.
True. All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Good luck and hoping to stay in touch.
Thank you.